investors are looking for projects and projects aren't turning up. So they're only going to cherry pick the best ones. And if best ones are turning up, they're going to get money.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, that says a lot then for the projects that are actually getting out there right now, because there are so many investors looking to invest that they just
But the investors are cherry picking only good stuff. So if all the crap stuff still shows up, they're going to say no. So
the crap stuff should still go away anyway.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of market, the crap stuff should stay away.
If the Christmas rally equals, we get lots and lots of presents from Christmas, and all the ICOs that are really, and I'm not talking about your average 22-year-old ICO with a team that doesn't know anything about what they're trying to build, that's telling me they're building another payment platform, which means I can send you my coins. Thank you very much. But there are a lot of people who are industry experts, who are, seasoned professionals, who are now recognizing there are things they can do in crypto. Some of it's STO, meaning security, asset backed. Some of it is still token utility. But there's actually more and more good ideas coming. But even the seasoned guys are afraid to spend the money because they just don't know what's happening in crypto. So they're like, ooh, we're in a bear market, so no, I'm not spending my money to invest in this. And then why are you doing this? I mean, come on. The whole point is that there's lots of money out there from investors. Get out there and do it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So we've gone off piece a little bit from the analysis, but, it could be related that the investors are starting to see signs of what you and I see now, which is things are starting to turn around a little bit.
Yeah, which is good. Good. I'm excited to see what happens later in the end of the year and start of 2019.
Yeah. By the way, I just got to give a little shout out to my little guy who's turning 6 today. And of course, we have the video on our show about what a 3 and 5-year-old say about Bitcoin. So I may have to do a refresh on what does a 6-year-old say on Bitcoin. So I will look at doing that. But a little shout out to Xander. Happy birthday, little guy. Not such a little guy anymore.
That's true. Happy birthday, Xander. I'm sure his views on Bitcoin probably have changed since last time. So I'm also curious to hear what.
Well, he still talks about paper money, but I don't think he's talking about paper money. I think he's talking about crypto. But who knows? We'll give it another try. Maybe I'll bring him on the show for fun and see what he asks you. I'll let him interview you and see what he asks you about crypto.
Definitely.
And then I'll go.
Yeah. And then the last little bit, Justin, unfortunate tax stuff. Have you heard about the student?
Oh yeah, I'm not sure this is the best way to end the episode.
Well, it's interesting just because, it's not the most positive aspect. It is an idea that, the IRS still, especially in the States, is keeping tabs on what we're doing and wants to get its money no matter what. And to especially pay attention on the crypto space.
You're describing this teenager, I think he's about, 17, 18 years old?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like $5,000 and got into Ether really early. And it ran up all the way. So the value of his account, and I mean, he must have been trading as well, but the value of his account went all the way up to $400,000. And then $880,000. But yeah, the 400,000, which is how much tax he owes on that.
But he started buying into a lot of ICOs and lost a bunch of money on those.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yeah, so it's like, as this was rising up, he was like, great, I've got all this extra cash. He started investing in terrible ICOs, lost a lot of it. So his account is now worth, I think 100,000, which is still great compared to his original investment. But for every ICO he invested in, IRS wants their money.
Well, see, what I find really interesting is that, I guess because he lost the money after the tax year finished or something. So that's where the issue is for him?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's the article I found is a little bit unclear.
Yeah,
because it talks about
it's been a little bit vague, actually. I've seen a few, but I've not seen one that was 100% concrete. It's more than, again, it's all the sensational, horrible stuff about the poor kid that owes $400,000 to the IRS, but hasn't gone to the details of exactly what trades he did that got himself in this mess in the first place.
Yeah, because I'm really confused on that too, because it's, according to the quote, it says he started going into bad ICOs in 2018, but that his tax liability for 2017 is $400,000. So that doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure on that one. Maybe he's just trying to get sympathy.
I do find all of this interesting, though, in terms of the way we go about taxing and approaching crypto in the States, because of the fact that I try to think of it like if I have what's called an open position, meaning I've got dollars and I go long on euros, or if I buy a stock, I have an open position. and the position only closes when I move it back to dollar. But for some reason, when you open dollar, when you say you have an open position with dollars and you buy Ether, you're literally owning Ether, and now they treat the value of Ether instead of the trade pair. And probably because you can move that Ether trade to a Bitcoin trade pair, and then you can move it around as if it's just asset on its own. And I find that a little bit frustrating because it doesn't allow us to actually open and close positions. It's like they're always open or they're always closed. And it's only when you have a closed position, that's where it becomes a taxable event. Because if you buy Microsoft and then you sell it, it's when you sell it, that's where it's taxable at the gain or the loss.
That's taxable.
And we're not doing that in crypto. So everything is always open. And that's a little bit odd for me because at what point is the position closed? Only never.
Right. Well, so the other quote later in the article is, all of his taxable amounts have come from crypto to crypto trades. He's still never, ever cashed out.
Right.
But, in the stock market analysis, it's like, you can't trade Microsoft shares for Apple shares directly. No. You have to cash out and then go back in.
No, but when you're trading in fiat, for example, if I trade in the euro dollar trade pair, I'm not buying euros literally, and that's maybe the difference. I'm buying if I go long on euro dollar, it's because I'm looking for it to go up. And if I'm shorting the euro dollar, I'm literally selling for it to go down. And only when I do the reverse trade do I close the position. And that's a little bit different from literally buying euros and then I'm holding euros and then I go back and buy dollars. So I can understand why they're doing it that way, because we're not really treating this as a trade pair in the literal sense. We're literally moving cash from A to B to C. So it's I feel really bad for this guy. I really do. I mean, my heart goes out to him because it's really crappy. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny, but it is. And we are going to bring a tax expert onto the show actually, and maybe we'll just kind of focus on the U.S. tax market for starters. But I would certainly welcome anybody who's listening to the show or who is watching who does have an interest or experience or is a tax accountant, preferably, who can advise people outside the U.S., UK, China, Korea, Japan, Russia, other countries in general, just to kind of give a flavor of how taxes are treated in different countries would be really, really interesting, so we can give people a little bit more to think about in terms of how things are regulating and changing for everybody.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So have you got anything positive you want to end with now?
I do. So we're doing that one. Positive. So have you heard? So Eric Schmidt recently has come out. So Eric Schmidt is the billionaire ex-Google CEO. He's an enthusiast, a Bitcoin and Ethereum enthusiast, and he has been praising Ethereum, actually I think in the last 24 hours.
Really?
Let's see here. He has said that the Ethereum could be a very powerful platform and has untapped potential that is off the charts. Direct quote.
Cool. How interesting. I thought I saw somebody else who had also made comments about that with relation to Ethereum regarding Vitalik Buterin. Who was it that said that? No, I can't remember who I read that was that about. It's just another article I just read. See if I can find
about
it. Do I have it here? I don't. Well, if I find the article, it was William Shatner.
William Shatner.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
Eric Schmidt, William Shatner. It's good stuff.
Set phasers to hodl says the name of the article.
Yeah.
So we'll stick that in the description down below for anybody who wants to check out what William Shatner's views are on Ethereum. And on that note, thank you everybody for listening in, watching today on another episode of the Coin Chat, where we've done a little bit of analysis on Bitcoin and just talked about a lot of stuff because we're just silly and we do things like that. Don't forget to subscribe and like us on the way out. We always appreciate that. And don't forget, if you're on YouTube, to hit that little notification button. Actually, that's the same on some of the other channels like Spotify and Apple as well. So please do put those little notifications on. And we'll be back again very soon, to the moon. Until next time. Thank you for joining us today on the Coin Chat. Join us on Telegram on t.me/thecoinchat, where we discuss a range of topics on cryptocurrency. And visit us on patreon.com/thecoinchat for show notes, outtakes, and previews of additional content. Or follow us on our website, which is www.thecoinchat.net. And remember to like and subscribe to us on your way out. To the moon, until next time.